live on stage. The sound
of Orlando.
So, is they ready?
Yes.
The sound
of Orlando. What's going on, party people? What is going on with you tonight, man? We are live from Orlando. Yo, man, so glad to have you with us tonight. You are tuned in to the Sound of Orlando show with your boy Rome. Shout outs to 98.5 The Wire. If you haven't listened to that radio station, man, please believe me, 98.5 The Wire represents hip-hop culture to the fullest. And yours truly will be on tonight at 10 o'clock with the Sound of Orlando Mix Show and Saturday night at 11. So please believe me, if you haven't heard The Wire, you need to tune in. If you're not in Orlando and you can't listen to The Wire, please grab the app out of the Play Store or out of the App Store for all my iPhone users. Welcome to the Soul Show. I am your boy Rome, and tonight is going to be a very busy night. At 9 o'clock this evening, we will have Avant, R&B King Avant on the Soul Show for a late night Soul Show special edition, 9 o'clock this evening. It is going to be insane. So shout outs to my sponsors of the night. Shout out to my man George representing Tom's Sons. If you want a mask that is designed for you and has fashion included for something you got to wear, yo, go to Tom's Sons, 5 generations of fashion out of Manhattan, New York. Please visit that site. Also, if you need printing or any kind of logo, graphic design services, hit up my man Jesse Jazz at 5stargraphics.com. The man is the truth. He's been out here for years professionally giving those graphic type of artwork, man, and you're not going to find it anywhere else other than 5stargraphics.com. Now, we are the Sound of Orlando show. Part of the Sound of Orlando means we are telling the story, the entire story. We're not leaving anyone out. And, rarely do I like to acknowledge haters out there and people that tend to be divisive and stay like, man, bump them, man. We ain't messing with them. But tonight I'm just going to say it will not be said that I didn't reach out to this entire city and said, hey, your story is my story. You can't tell your story without telling mine. This is my city. This is my story. This is my sound. So anybody that can hear the sound of my voice right now, we are representing the entire city. We done with all that click stuff, man. We're done with all that, I need to know you so that you could tell your story about Orlando. The Sound of Orlando show ain't about gatekeeping. We've had enough of that for decades. People have been holding the gates, trying to stop someone else's story in fear that their story is going to mess up their story. Nah, man, we done with that, man. It's about love, positive vibes only. Shout out to all my peoples that know something about what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Because when we're in the city, man, you see a lot of cities, they embrace each other, man. Atlanta, LA, New York, Miami even. And we're living in a city in which we got to change the culture entirely. And we got to let our people tell their story as intended. And this is what the Sound of Orlando show represents. Our city, our story, our motherfucking sound. You heard? So with that said, part of the story that we're telling tonight is the story of Orlando. I've known this brother forever. I've known him so long, I didn't even know I knew him. We grew up around the same people. I've noticed what this man was doing. He told me stories about, go DJing at the places that I used to frequent on a regular, man. I'm talking about Skate World. I'm talking about Oak Ridge Skating Rink. I'm talking about, the spots in which, if you're a true Orlando head, these were the spots to go listen to some true hip hop Orlando style music. And he's one of those legends, man, that's been doing his thing from day one, you know. And then on top of it, you know, he has been blessed enough to have done some great work with the beloved, my man Drew, who died a few years back. And these people were called the Jolly Stompers. Okay, if you don't know who the fucking Jolly Stompers are, then you're not from Orlando. These guys have done some legendary stuff, legendary work with, you know, Cali Ranks, you name it. And it's just completely a blessing to know that not only have I gotten a DJ with this brother, we had a legendary night down at Barbarella's. Shout out to all my Orlando heads that know about that Barbarella's. We had a definitely dope ass hip hop night down there, but you know, he is just an overall good brother, and he's celebrating his birthday tonight on top of it. And you know, so he could have spent that anywhere, strip club, spent it with his wife. He could have went anywhere, but he's with me tonight on the Soul Show. So without any further ado, let me get it up to my brother, the one and only DJ Mother Ray Swift. Let's go.
Blessing. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, my brother. Welcome to the Soul Show. It's a long time,
here, man. I see you doing your thing, man.
Man, I appreciate that, brother.
See you working, man. Getting it in, man. I love what you're doing, bro.
Man, come on, bro. We got to tell our story, man. Ain't nobody telling it. And you know, there's no places where you can actually hear the people that have lived it in stereo. It's all mono, you know. It's all like, okay, you know, like we just telling it amongst each other, man. I mean, the city needs to know what our people have done across this city, so they don't feel bad when somebody says I'm from Orlando.
I always felt like they was proud. I see a lot of proud cats around, you know, when they talk about Orlando, when they hear people talking about, you know, the social show and what you was doing out there at the Wire, man. You know what I'm saying? That feel good, man. That right there feel good, man. We got to keep doing stuff like that, man.
Man, I appreciate that, man. That's everything, man. Because you know me, I'm crazy, but a lot of this stuff, I don't know what it looks like to everyone else. I just know how it feels to me.
I heard you, you know, bigging up Big Drew, RIP Big Drew. You know, I got some big boy for my big boy, man, Drew, man. That's
the crazy Jamaican, man, done legendary stuff, man. That has been a staple.
Shout out Mike Nice in Atlanta. You know
Shout out Mike Nice, man.
Man, I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Learned a lot with my boy Mike Nice, man. He's the original chemist, man. We always cooking up, man. You know what I'm saying? We still could get a cook-up session going on. You know what I'm saying? Cook up some hot beats, man. My boy Mike Nice. And, you know, I got to shout out DJ Nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The Nasty beat makers. You know what I'm saying? Lenny and Fred, the Marlins brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got to shout them out, man. They did good things, man.
The Groovin' Cuban and the Hendrix Cuban on the damn guitar.
Yeah, man. Him and Drew. Him and Drew used to go. They used to go to the music store and they had a little guitar joints up there, man. Drew used to take his axe up there. And they used to go up there and get it in, man. I've been in some of them sessions, man. Them cats is nice, man. And up at the discount music over here, everybody used to go and play with all the instruments and guitar and make beats in the machines on the.
Yeah, man. Discount
music over on what is that? That's LB McLeod.
LB McLeod and John Young Parkway, right on the corner of I-4. You can't miss it.
Got some over there now. They got the studio over there. Shout out to
O-Rap Studios.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Before we start talking about the present and all that fun stuff, give the people some background. How did you come up? Where were your beginnings in Orlando? How'd you get started in the hip hop music? And you know, talk about the neighborhoods, man. Talk about where you came up at, brother.
I came up in Oh man, I came up in Richmond Heights, Washington Shores, Beirut. I'm on the west side of town, man. So
Shout out to Motown. Let's go.
out to Crosstown too, because my family is from Crosstown. That Crosstown is in Padmore. That's where my mom and them are from. You know, I got people in Altamont. You know what I'm saying as well. You know what I'm saying, and on out in Sanford, Florida. You know what I'm saying. And, you know, I came up. This Orlando is my home. Eatonville. And I got to shout out Eatonville. You know what I'm saying. Pine Hills. You know what I'm saying.
So you came up. So what you telling the people? Them you came up damn near over the entire city. You was living all over the city.
Yeah, I was around going because I was in the church real big back in the day. You know, because I came up in church. I came up in the Apostolic Faith Church. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, some of my church family is Leandra Johnson. They came up in the same church as me. So, you know, that's why I got into music, doing music. I played music in church. I played drums. So I guess I can say I technically got my first start in Orlando doing music in church. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But, you know, when hip hop was invented, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I was already making beats. So, you know, I naturally transcended into got into DJing. You know,
okay, stop right there. Okay. Because we're not going to just gloss over that. You started making beats first. Talk about what you were making beats on at that time before you got into the DJing aspect.
Oh man, I was using little small drum machines, Casio keyboards. You know what I'm saying? Belt-driven turntables. You know.
Now you bought this, or your parents bought this?
My mom bought that for me for Christmas, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my Dukes. Let's go.
I used to also ride BMX bikes too, so that was a big thing. I used to ride bikes all over town, you know what I'm saying? And it was dance crews out there back then, break dancing and dancing and pop locking back in the day. They used to battle, you know. They used to rhyme and stuff too. We had a lot of rhymers in the neighborhood, you know, like, you know, you had Dirty Long. He was from Washington Shores. There was a lot of cats. And then, you know, you had your DJs too, like DJ Magic Mike, you had DJ Nicky, then Tony Touch came around. There's a couple of cats around town DJing, but them the cats I was focused on when I was coming up, and, you know, everything was forming as far as hip hop, you know, pop locking, you know, break dancing, graffiti, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of dancers out there. People I probably heard of Crazy Horse, and, you know, all of them cats used to be dancing in the skate rink. You know, we talked about the skate rink, DJing at the skate rink. That was sort of the thing, you know what I'm saying? And back in the day, we used to go to skate rinks. We used to see the DJs bring the crates in, you know, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started gravitating towards DJing, because we used to be at the boys club, and we used to go to skate rink all the time. Skate rinks back in the day.
Talk about that skate rink. Talk about what that skate rink was like growing up back in the day. Sun State.
Skate World, Pirates Cove. Oh man, Interstate. You had, it's still a couple of them around. Still a couple of them. They still around. So, you know, that's why, I mean, it's bad COVID hit, you know, when it did, because they would start. People still doing a little private parties at the skate rinks. I think that's a good thing, and doing it in Atlanta too. The skate scene in Atlanta is the same way, man.
Right, and for those that don't know,
the skating culture here used to be bananas back in the day.
And for those that don't know what skating was like in Orlando, let me just paint the picture for you. Skating went on. You get there, you know, about 9 o'clock.
About 8:30.
Yeah, 8:30, whatever.
Skating. And then when like 10:30, then the skates come off, and the skating
come off, boy.
And then
it was nothing but dance battles at every skating rink. All the crews would just go from one skating rink to another and be like, once we beat the whole rink over here, we go over here and be like, yo, what's up? What's good? And it was just, that was so Florida style back then.
Yeah, it was. It was. And then you see all that, you know, the bass music and all that stuff. When Luke them started coming around, then, you know, Magic Mike was in the mix with all that. Magic Mike was, that's like, you know, Magic Mike was here. Tony Touch was here. Tony Touch stayed here. He stayed in the hills for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he battled DJ Magic Mike. We used to. They used to make mixtapes, all that stuff. We had the culture here. The hip hop culture here was off the chain, man. MC Shy D, shout out to Shy D, used to come here and do shows. You know what I'm saying? We was inspired by all that, man. You know, everybody came through Florida and did something at some point in time.
Talk about that. Miami. Talk about that Tony Touch battling Magic Mike. Talk about it.
I ain't even get to go to the battle. I just heard it on the tape, man. It was a tape. Somebody made a tape. I think Pat Mack made a tape. Somebody had a tape, but we used to listen to it all the time, man. It's like, back in the day. Then, Mike is close associate to his peoples in New York, George Spivey, DJ Scratch. Shout out to DJ Scratch. You know what I'm saying? That brother right there is awesome, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him, come through Orlando a few times, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so they're DJ Scratch and Magic Mike are related.
I think so. I think they're cousins. They family, because he was around the royal family, around them a lot. You know what I'm saying? We used to hear about him all the time. You know what I'm saying? You come through there. Sometimes they talk. You hear a lot of stories, and you know what I'm saying. Shout out to my boy Willie Wiz. I don't know if you know who Wiz is. You know Wiz? Shout out to Wiz. Shout out to to who else was in there? Was Tony Brown, MC Boo. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to MC Boo.
A lot of cats that came up. You know what I'm saying? Under with the Royal Posse, man. You know what I'm saying? It was some lyrics. QS Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Keith Austin. There was some cats. You know what I'm saying? With the clique was talented, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember hell them cats up. I don't know if they out there listening, man. Dancers too. Pat Mack. Pat Mack used to run the lights for Magic Mike at Electric Avenue. You know what I'm saying? But
shout out to Electric Avenue. Anytime I hear that name mentioned in any story, I'm like this. What happened?
All the dancers. Yeah. Shout out to Felicia Collins. Felicia Collins used to dance back in the day. She a boxer. She boxed too. She was the homegirl back in the hood, man. She used to be break dancing and was with the pop locking, and then she was ill, yo. She did her thing, man. So shout out to Felicia Collins. You know what I'm saying? High school friend. You know what I'm saying? And
my man Javon said shout out to DJ Chief.
DJ Fat. Oh man, Chief. Yeah, Chief. Shout out to Chief, man. Big Chief, man. That's home partner right there, man. From the crib, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a good DJ too, man. DJ Chief is off the chain, man. He's a good thing, man.
Talk about you coming up DJing. You say you were making beats. How did that translate into you DJing? Just seeing everybody DJing, and it kind of made you just like, man, these DJs ain't no joke.
That just hit me, man. The needle to the groove, man, and making people dance. You know what I'm saying? The vibe, the energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like mixing records and just getting a response from the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I got like addicted to that. You know what I'm saying? And just what people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people be, sound they got their songs they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? When they go out and do their dance routine or skate or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Right. You get a few minutes to program before. You know what I'm saying? You go on, or sometimes you just come up in there and just spin, man, and go off, man. And I got to work. I got to see come up watching DJ Magic Mike. You know what I'm saying? And a couple other cats spinning in the club, man. That's the bug bit me, and I got into that and gravitated towards beat making. Beat making and start. I mean, I was making beats, because I started out as a drummer. So I was drumming a little bit, you know what I'm saying, during church. And I did some studio sessions too, drumming a few times, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, DJing, I got my first joint in the studio making beats around DJ Magic Mike, you know what I'm saying, with when they recorded Drop the Bass, you know what I'm saying. It was a part of that process, man, just watching that from point A to point Z, you know what I'm saying. That was like my first studio, real like it's right there. I just went by the studio the other day. I was passing by the little building that studio was in. It was just like a little there. I was just watching something too on like 4-track recorders. And they had this one piece in there. It was an Akai. It was when the car had the little Betamax tapes in that joint. That's what they used to record the tracks on a reel back in the day, like in little small studios. It was some new technology they had back out in the day. That was like in 88, 89, you know what I'm saying? Back when all the hip hop joints was that was like the classic era hip hop. Like we had Eric B and Rakim and EPMD and we was getting all that music down here. I remember when I first heard You're a Customer, I was like, oh man. And then, you know, Rakim, you know what I'm saying, and all them cuts, you know what I'm saying, like Eric B for President. Plus, we was getting a lot of that stuff from New York, you know what I'm saying, through Mike and them when they made their tapes, you know, because Mike them was the DJ. They was the hood DJs. DJ Magic Mike. That's how we got.
Talk about that, because a lot of people don't realize DJ Magic Mike.
Remember Platter Shack?
Hip hop.
Platter Shack.
He was making hip hop tapes
Yeah.
that were just completely and utterly amazing. Talk about that.
I remember some of the mixes he got. I think he still got some in the archives. Believe it or not, Magic Mike keep track of all this stuff, man. You got probably a dope archive. I wouldn't mind listening to some of those mixes. Those mixes to rock today, man.
Man, talk about that, bro. I remember having one of his tapes, man. He was playing these old school breaks, and I just couldn't believe that man was just cutting the stuff up that way.
Yeah.
And it you know, you could have thought it came from, you know, New York somewhere. Style.
When he was doing the bass music, it's like, yo, some of the bass beats he had, but the instrumentals he used to do with the loops and the chops, he used to do the chops with the bass. It's nothing like it, man. Like today, like if you listen to one of them joints in your ride and your whips, and I mean that's another thing too. Booming systems, that was the thing back in the day. Cats used to that was a big thing in Florida, you know what I'm saying, as far as car systems and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Talk about how you met Drew and how did this Jolly Stomper form?
Jolly Stomper was formed out of through you know who, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Unique. That's how that kind of formed through, you know, because everybody, you know, we used to see Drew all the time at talent shows and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We chop it up, you know what I'm saying? And we never, you know, we hear about him, you know what I'm saying? But we finally linked up with him, you know what I'm saying? And went to his crib, you know what I'm saying? And heard some of them beats. And me and Mike Nice, because me and Mike Nice was already chopping up before we met Drew. So, Unique me, he kind of put us in a room with Big Drew. You know what I'm saying? And we clicked, man. We clicked.
Completely amazing.
We clicked like 2-3 jump sticks, man.
I mean, he was just a genuinely good dude.
Oh, man.
Anytime you talk to him, he was always like...
Always good vibes, man. Always good vibes, man. Always good vibes, man.
Always dropping some jewels.
Good vibes. Always good vibes. He was talented with the guitar. He was ill, yo. You ever seen him? Man, he was off the chain.
And you know, for those that don't know, I mean, he was digging in the crates long time, man.
Oh,
like,
my God, man.
The records that he had,
yeah. Well,
and the chops that he was using. Every time we'd go over there, I felt like I was in class. Like it was just.
Well, me, him, and Mike were some diggers. We had collections like when we got with Drew. Drew was like put us on to like some other stuff too. Like, but Mike Nice he was a digger, man. He's still like he had a lot of hot beats and stuff that he was always cooking up, man. Mike Nice, man. Me and Mike Nice, yeah, man. That's who kind of I got my starters. I start out with DJ Magic Mike, and then when I met Mike Nice, you know what I'm saying, me and Mike Nice kind of made a little click, you know what I'm saying, where we could build together, you know what I'm saying. Also, shout out to my man Tony, you know what I'm saying. He helped us out with that situation over there with Mike Nice, and we was able to build something solid. You know, we had a nice little chemistry, man. You know what I'm saying. And who else? I forget old boy's name. He used to do some stuff with Mike Nice. Mike Nice had a little crew. You know what I'm saying? It was solid, man. They was on some real hype stuff, man. We was making beats, doing stuff for that, like the dance stuff, you know, because everybody was into that little what they call the Q dog dancing, the step dancing. They had like a little step show, stepping and
stepping.
Step music for that. That was hot, man.
Talk about your obviously your affiliation, your work with the Hoodsmen.
Oh man,
and how that kind of came together.
That was
that moment.
That was real cool in development, as far as, being in the studio and, what I'm saying, building songs and ideas and stuff. We was really, with the hip hop, especially with the hip hop, where hip hop was going at that time, what I'm saying, just, different regions was mobbing and having to gain their identity, what I'm saying. And as far as hip hop here in Orlando, what I'm saying, we were more underground with it, what I'm saying. Everybody got I've been the same, had the vibe like that in Seattle, had the vibe like that in Cali, what I'm saying, where, you got that eclectic scene outside the, but it's just, you see everybody come through there, what I'm saying, like, with like Unique Me and, some other cast that was around the time, ODB came through Florida and was, vibing with Tick, what I'm saying, and they had a little clique, what I'm saying, and you had little cats. There's a lot of cats around town. You had Warheads. Warheads was, what I'm saying, Vaughn, and that was the missing links. What I'm saying, they had their little crew. They still do it. They still do hot stuff. Vaughn, I mean, shout out to my bro V, man. What I'm saying, they had a. I know you went. Who didn't you interview somebody from the Warheads?
Come on, man. Shout out to Rex. Right. Shout out to Sid. Shout out to Thunder.
Yeah, that was the epitome. Then, going to Jack the Rapper and being around that vibe, we was go to little music conventions and the New Music Seminar in New York. Did you ever go to the New Music Seminar?
Nah. Never went.
All those battles. You know what battle I was in the room for?
Who?
Mad Skills and what's the brother name? Supernatural.
Supernat and Mad Skills. Okay.
Yeah, that was an ill battle, yo.
VA versus Canada. That was nice.
That was hella dope, man.
Yeah, man.
DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Craze, DJ who else? Qbert, you know what I'm saying? All those cats came up, it was in those little shows and won those little DJ battles and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That was dope, man. That's hip hop, man.
Right. You already know. Talk about once you realized that you were kind of like you were in the thick of things. I mean, for a lot of people, especially now, it's sort of difficult to commit to so many things. But during that time, you were committed to a lot of things. You were committed to, the Hoodsmen, Jolly Stompers, you also were DJing, trying to do shows here and there.
We did the Funky Underground. Can't forget about it.
Right. Come on, man. Man. Shout out to 91.5 FM, man. WPRK. Yes.
WPRK.
Huh?
The Basement.
The Basement. Nap Nitty. Shout out to him. If anybody knows where Nap Nitty. Yeah, if anybody knows where he is, please holler at him, man. He's legendary in these streets.
Miss that bro, man. That's my boy right there, Nap Nitty, man. Nap Nitty.
Yeah, man.
Frank Nitty. That's who kind of he was there in the beginning, like when everything started popping off with the Hoodsmen. Really, be honest with you, yeah, he was there.
Right. And those were during the days of Mark Anthony.
Yeah, Mark Anthony. Come on, man. Mark Anthony. Yeah, he's him and Kip Kincaid and all them cats used to do little shows and
right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Paul Hawthorne.
Shout out to Paul Hawthorne.
Yeah,
my brother.
Remember Artie?
I think so. Shout out to Artie.
Shout out to who else? What's the name of the group? Chauncey Rainier. What's the name of the group they were in? Jazzy,
yes. Yeah. Shout out to them.
Drew was a big part of that too. Drew's helped put that together, man. Drew, man, see, that was swing time, man. Drew was doing work already, man. We got with Drew. Drew was solid, man. He had a little good work. Shout out to Steve Ivory too. You know who Steve Ivory is?
No.
Steve Ivory. Got to put that in play, man. Steve Ivory, he was on some stuff. We did some stuff with Steve Ivory with Funkmaster Flex. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Relaxing party, I think. Yeah, Steve Ivory was one of the guys we collaborated with all the time. We collaborated on a lot of stuff, man.
Talk about, like I said, you were really heavy into the scene at that time. You were very busy. You had your hands in a little bit of everything, and that was around a time where we met.
I met you I met you before Husband was in '91. I met you at the record store that we used to make beats in the back. It was a little we was making beats with the 4-track machine in the back of the record store. Where dude had a record store. This cat named Charles Michaels. Shout out to Charles Michaels. You know what I'm saying? Had a little record store right there on the corner of Edgewater and was that there used to be it's 434, but right now I think it's kind of Leroy 434 now. They built that overpass with the Wawa right there. You know what I'm saying? It's a little shopping center right there. And in the back of that shopping center was a store, Chuck Michaels. They had DJ party DJs, you know what I'm saying? I was one of their DJs, you know what I'm saying? Right. We used to be back there. Harm used to be back there spitting, you know what I'm saying, over little beats and making songs and stuff. Him and Julian, you know what I'm saying?
Those are them Edgewater Point days.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ford City Road and all that Edgewater Point madness that used to go on back in the day. Yeah. I mean, dude, if you said it, I guess it happened because for me,
that's hip hop in Orlando, man. That's from my POV, my point of view.
Orlando was heavy back then, man. It was so much going on, and everything was so brand new, and everyone was just trying.
Yeah, right. Like '79. I mean,
right.
You know, you kind of felt that vibe. You know, as far as just even with music. I mean, you had R&B. You know what I'm saying? And the funk was real heavy here in Florida too. Funk and and we kind of caught a little bit of the vibe from that funk and some DC stuff too, that go-go, you know what I'm saying, the dance stuff, you know, just heavy influence on a lot of that out here in Florida. Florida's, and then of course you got the influence of Miami music. Right. If you ever go and do the lineage on the Miami scene, you know, and what was going on there. You know what I'm saying? It's just Florida got a lot of rich history musically here, you know, period. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Orlando don't fall too far from the tree, you dig?
And shout out to MC Shy D. I had him on last night. Yeah. And he said damn near verbatim what you just said.
Yeah.
He was like, you know, even Atlanta, as we think of as a musical capital right now, Florida always gave him love.
Oh yeah,
and he was from New York, but he embraced what we were doing. And he was one of the very few people at that time that kind of had that kind of up tempo.
And he from New York. He from the Queens, right? He from the Queens. He's from the Bronx. That's right. Yeah.
From the Bronx, and you know, looking back and listening to what he's done, other than the 808, it still to me to this day sounded like traditional hip hop, just up tempo. And then when
he was kind of like he had to run DMC vibe. But he was
right.
cold with it though. He had because especially with bass music. When bass music came out, he had with the 2 Live Crew. And oh boy, rest in peace, Juan from 2 Live Crew. Him and brother Marquise, they was tight, man. They had a tight presence. You know what I'm saying? They could rock shows. You know,
right? And for a lot of the people that were out here in Orlando at the time, there was plenty of people. You know, you couldn't do just traditional hip hop. You had to have that up tempo.
You had to have up tempo here, man.
You had to have at least one track.
You ain't dancing out here. You ain't rocking. You gotta be dancing. It was the lot of like I said, the dance music here was real big, you know what I'm saying, as far as
Right.
like different styles of dance and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and having, you know, like the bass music is really what started it all, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The whole
Right.
yeah, they got it. Then we had, you know, all our DJs and stuff here was with that too. Like, you know, you got, you know, some people that's with that vibe, like, you know, had like City Boys and, you know, Jam Pony Express, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yes.
stuff like that, man. You know, that they had a good run, you know what I'm saying? And you had Uncle Al, R.I.P., rest in peace, Uncle Al, all that stuff, man. They was doing it, man. Miami, big up to Miami, man. Miami had a big influence in the game, you know what I'm saying, back then.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luke, Uncle Luke, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Luke.
But we had,
Great, man.
you know, truth be told, when I look back at the way our sound was, even back then, shout out to Prince Raheem. I got Prince Raheem coming on.
Prince Raheem, man. Come on, man. He was man. Oh man, Prince Raheem and
Clay D, B Master Clay D.
That loose money, honey.
Yeah. It still had its own vibe to it. That Creep Dog, it still had its own vibe.
That was it, man. That was it. Shout out to Tony Brown, T.I. Som. T.I. Som was one of the cats out of Royal Posse that's hot too, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, he did the Southern Hospitality joint with Magic Mike. He was on Eminem's Getting Off. You know what I'm saying? He did that. Shout out to MC Boo. You know what I'm saying? That's the original. You know what I'm saying? Drop the bass artist. You know what I'm saying? He the first one said it. You know what I'm saying? We had Madness. R.I.P. to Madness. We lost Madness, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and that's crazy. I did not know Madness passed, man. That's crazy.
We lost Madness like what, 2006, 2007, I think.
Yeah, I left 2007, so I got to believe I would have known about it had I not left.
Yeah, I had seen him. He came through while we were working on the Ballers project a few times. That's the last time I saw him. You know what I'm saying? Wow. He came through while I was working on that, and yeah, man. Yeah, that was a shocker too. When I got that happened. That was before he passed before Drew.
Yeah, and talk about that. Do you think a lot of our people like Madness, the Drews, do you think this new generation of people that are in Orlando, do you think it's fair that they don't know about all the soil that was toiled prior to this next run here?
Yeah, I think that's they know about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know about it, but I mean, that's every city you go to. It's the same way. You know what I'm saying? Some of them.
I don't know. Like, that'd be like Oakland not knowing about Ice-T.
Yeah.
That'd be like, Too Short still living legend in Oakland.
Our market out here don't really be developed like that to be able to, you know, fly like that. You know, like but I mean, other markets like, you know, Miami was able to, you know, they pull it off. Orlando, you know what I'm saying? We got ours, but they more hidden, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know about it. It ain't like we looking for everybody getting the shine. You know, people know we Florida. So at the end of the day, we still Florida, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We represent Florida. So it's like, you know, we just looked at it as one of the bunch, you know what I'm saying, from Florida to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? They count us all in, you know what I'm saying? You know.
I guess I guess what I'm actually asking is, are the young or the old, and let's just say, for example, the old, did the old kind of contribute to this cancel kind of relevant culture that, you know, once you become no longer relevant, we don't talk about you anymore? Do we do that, or is that a youth thing in your mind?
I guess it's just a youth thing. It's a youth thing. I'm still talking about everything everybody did to get them with us. I'm just amazed by how far hip hop has gone and came, you know what I'm saying? And just the different stuff it's doing now, you know what I'm saying? You still got right now, you know, everybody ain't ain't the shit right now, but everybody wasn't the shit back then either.
Oh man, that's such a meme. That is such a meme right there. Say that one more time. Say that one more time, man.
Everybody wasn't there, but everybody wasn't that shit back then either. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, it is what it is. But some people kept chucking. You know what I'm saying? They kept developing and had lives. You know, you look at all the longevity in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's so much strength in the longevity game. You know what I'm saying? You got so many greats out there that's still relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they getting it in. You know what I'm saying? I be watching Timbaland, man. Timbaland, shout out to Timbaland and Swiss Beats on that 1,000 with that versus shit. That versus is off the chain. I like that, man.
Right.
I like the concept. I like that energy, man. I like that, man. I like, it's good. It's good for the game. You know what I'm saying?
It's good for the culture.
Yeah, man.
Even though at times it isn't good.
Yeah,
it's still good for the culture because
when you keep it music, if you keep it about the music and you keep it about prospering, you keep it about respect, and you keep
it's
it
good for the culture. It's good for the culture.
You feel me?
Because this COVID has taught people how certain things become non-important if there's other factors in play, like being locked down, not being able to make money. So it's caused people to either fall in love, in love with what they're doing, or kind of fall back to figure it out.
Exactly.
And Versus allows a space for us to remember the basics of our music.
And reflect and see where it's been and see what we need to go, you know what I'm saying, as far as vibing and being, good energy and being, since right now
and hearing some of the old tracks because we're so caught up in trying to hear everything that just came out 10 minutes ago because 10 minutes from now that's not even relevant.
Yeah, and such a flash in the pan right now. I mean, it's hit and miss. You got some stuff like it's a lot of stuff that's sticking from the people who developed themselves and got in the game. Like, I mean, you see a lot of the young cats that's in there that know what they're doing and how they're doing it, and you got to respect it. You know what I'm saying? As far as them really, pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying, so to speak.
Hell yeah, man! There's a lot of
you got your Kendrick Lamar's, you got your Chance the Rappers, you got your just all the above. It's a lot of talent out there. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Big Sean.
Right. You got a lot of people out there that you hear it in the music now too, that they're simply trying to find their way too.
Exactly.
I think
on themselves, man. They got a good outlet to really get there, but you got to really have a lot of good energy so you could prosper and do well at it. You gotta it's a craft just like anything else. You gotta take it's part of it's a mental and spiritual thing involved with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta mind gotta be right. You want to be an artist. You put that energy out there like that. You know what I'm saying? And it could be detrimental or it could be helpful to you. You know what I'm saying?
I think this COVID has helped. And I'm not. Obviously, we're going to highlight the 400,000 that have perished behind it. Yeah. But as well as it is taken, it is given. It has given people every opportunity to look at themselves and say, is this a space or is this a time where I can reinvent myself and adapt to this new normal
and do something solid and really into the art, you know what I'm saying, and do something this timeless, you know what I'm saying?
Right. What did you think of Amanda Norman, the poet that was at the inauguration?
The little poet that went on to do the thing for the inauguration. I thought she was nice, man. She's good. You know, she's a talent. She's got a nice presence, and she did a good job with with touching. You know what I'm saying, and
Right.
being emotional and being having empathy and all that stuff. With a present with a delivery. You know what I'm saying.
Shout out to my running mate, Seth Warren on the check-in. He says, salute,
What's
Ray
up,
Swift.
Malik? Mr. Malik,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
Man.
She actually brought me back to a moment in time which seemed so far away, but this was actually going on around the year 2000, and that was Def Poetry Jam. And I remember watching Def Poetry Jam and thinking to myself, this needs to be on everything. Like, poetry was so impactful. You had people like not only Mos Def, you had the Saul Williams, you had actors, actresses, and that was their place to kind of tell their story in a real way. And I think I'm speaking for me, she reminded me of how important Def Poetry Jam was to the culture.
Yeah.
And how, Russell Simmons has done a lot of things.
Def Comedy Jam was big for the culture too.
Absolutely.
Def Comedy Jam. They need
that's
to
what I was
bring
gonna
that all
say.
around, man. We need to have more of that, man. People need to laugh.
But that's what I was going to say. Russell Simmons was known for a lot. He was known for Def Jam, then Def Comedy Jam, and then Def Poetry Jam. And it was like a flip on its head because we were able to laugh, cry, and feel.
Yeah, I like comedy is like one of my favorite. I like to watch comedy specials. I like what's out there. I like Bill Bellamy. I like all these cats from back in the like Martin Lawrence is like one of my faves. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Mike Nice is in the building. Mike Nice is in the
building. Mike Niggity.
What's up?
Niggity. Yeah, man. We gotta get together and chop up, man. Next time I plan a trip to come to Atlanta, man. I gotta go hang out with Mike, man. It's been a minute, man. We gotta get in the lab. Me and Mike gotta get in the lab. I bring all the tools and I know Mike got all the computers, you know what I'm saying? I could just bring something and we could boot up and chop up, man. Make some beats. Shout out to DJ Nasty, shout out to DJ Caesar, shout out to DJ Khaled, shout out to all the DJs in Orlando, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the radios playing all the hot banging music, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the artists in Orlando this grinding, trying to get it, you know what I'm saying? Big up, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's cats out there looking for beats, you know what I'm saying? Me and your boy DJ Rome, we got y'all on some beats, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to collab, you know what I'm saying? We need to get in the lab and collab, whatever ideas y'all got, you know what I'm saying? Let's set up a meeting, have a little listening session, man, and you know what I'm saying, chop it up on getting the bag, man. I'm always ready to get it in my hometown, you know what I'm saying, as far as what the talent is. There's a lot of talent out there, man. Shout out to my boy, you know what I'm saying? AD Scott, man. Shout out to my boy
AD Scott, man. Shout out to you, brother.
The specialist over in he's in Detroit. He's in Detroit, yeah. Specialist. Shout out to the Motor City. They on lockdown. They about to come out of lockdown, and I think in about another couple of weeks, the first of the month. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everybody in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Heart goes out to Detroit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling Detroit. Detroit is ill, man.
Malik says, I would love a DJ Ray Swift beat.
Yeah, man. I got something for you. We're gonna chop it up, man. I got some stuff for you, man. No doubt, man. There's some Jolly Stomper flavor. I got some old Jolly Stomper flavor. I'm digging into the old, you know what I'm saying, little all of the archives, you know what I'm saying, that I can dig up, you know what I'm saying. With technology now, it's hard to trace stuff down. You done did like about 4 or 5 years ago. You got to go through some things to get it back.
Real quick, how did COVID impact you as Ray Swift and as someone.
Oh man, definitely my
So,
work.
yeah, talk about that. Talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I'm saying? I also do, stagehand work. I work with, I'm also a, audio, engineer as far as just like doing shows and whatnot, and just corporate shows for different companies, you know what I'm saying? And it's been everything's slow. Ain't there's nothing rocking these hotels. Nobody's doing any shows no more. So, you know what I'm saying? I gotta, what I'm saying? And that part, I think I'm trying to change up, man, and find something else to do. You know what I'm saying? Gotta regroup, I gotta adjust to the situation, you know what I'm saying? Because, money's tight, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what to trust as far as politics go, because right now, man, what you think about what's going on right now?
In regards to COVID, I think, like I said, we touched on that. I believe as much as it has taken,
you get a lot, because you got a lot more time to do other stuff you may need to be doing.
It told everybody to sit your ass down somewhere.
Sit your ass down somewhere and do what you need to be doing, and not running around, because running around might put you down. You know what I'm saying? So
right. And God has a sense of humor. Speaking about comedy, God does have a sense of humor in regards to, who would have thought 2020 would have been that moment for Orlando to go sit down somewhere, and for a lot of people, and I include myself, that was something that was literally an impossibility. If you know anything about Rome, Rome's always going. Well, Rome's always roaming somewhere. Yeah. Like, I'm always going.
Yeah.
And even during the height of it, I was going. And then, God said, "Oh, okay. So, I'm not gonna get that COVID on you
already.
I'm gonna stop your ass, and you gonna sit down, like I told you to go sit down." And and that accident, made me realize, like I said, reevaluate the importance.
To be out in the middle of everything all the time. You gotta stay out. You gotta stay out the way, man.
Right. And and then as far as the government is concerned, I just think I think it's a great time for our people, because we're starting to talk.
Yeah, some attention need to be paid to the matter at hand, and it needs to.
And I think that's been absent.
It's been absent.
We've complained to each other. We've talked about what's wrong, but I think now we're starting to talk about what we could do.
It's time. It's time to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I think it's a good space, because we're actually in a place now that we can actually listen to each other and understand. Yeah. Whereas before, we were in a space in which, like everything else, money objectifies people.
Yeah.
It turns us all into objects.
Yeah.
And before you know it, I'm not messing with you because you ain't worth nothing. Well, I'm talking to you because you ain't got enough of this. And before we know it, we're not even, all we see each other as what I could get from someone. But we don't see each other as what we could be giving to each other.
Yeah.
And I think we're in that space now.
But if you come with that energy, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna manifest and bless. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta always have good vibes, man, and be around good people, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you can't lose. You know what I'm saying? You got your mind be in a productive space, man. This is where we all need to be. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what this right here, pandemic is teaching us. You know what I'm saying? To just sit back. You know what I'm saying? And learn. You know what I'm saying? Let me teach you something. You know what I'm saying? This is what we gotta figure out a better way to do things. You know what I'm saying?
And we as parents, we as parents, we know. We've told our kids to go sit down somewhere and be quiet.
Yeah.
It's funny when the universe does that to you. Yeah. Right? The universe tells you to go sit down somewhere and be quiet. This grown folk situation, and you watch the universe working around you and reestablishing its might around you.
Yeah.
It gives you perspective on how important it's not to
When you
keep up
think
with
about
the
it,
universe.
when you really think about it, I mean, it's so easy, you know. It could be so easy, but we make it hard. You know what I'm saying?
We make it hard. I mean, like
It's crazy,
you know,
man.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I say, um, what if we're completely wrong? What if the only thing you were meant to do was just what you came to do on this planet? But the world told you have to do all these other other things,
Yeah.
and
Offset offset your aim. They deceive you to make
right,
you,
and,
believable about
and,
yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't believe yourself. You have to believe in everything they tell you. It's like
right.
it's
Shout out to Rage Against the Machine.
yeah,
I'm
man.
who
Shout out
do
to
what they
Radio
told.
King. Shout out to my boy Sherlock, Lamitra Entertainment, my homegirl Jazz. You know what I'm saying? All my pieces I done collabed with over the years, man, and you know what I'm saying, was able to build with, man. I like collabing, putting minds together and putting together dope music, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
I like that whole aspect of the music creation. I like the creating process, and I'm also in the engineering and whatnot too, and listening to sounds. I got a good sound palette, man. I'm just I'm always in the vibe to make good music, man. And I got it from Orlando, man. The sound of Orlando is just like bred me into this right here because I was born and raised right here in Orlando, man. And I got the vibe just like what I'm saying, the next you know producer out here making beats, you know what I'm saying?
you know how important that is, man. You know how important that is to say something as simple as that. To your point, to your earlier point, sometimes it ain't that hard. Sometimes it's just simple. You know how important that is. There might be somebody listening today that's all they needed to hear to justify why they here, right? To hear that it's okay to be in here.
It's always somebody out there telling you ain't gonna do nothing, man. It's like, yo, it's you gonna make it. You just gotta stay. You can't let nobody offset your aim. You know what I'm saying? What you plan on doing? You just gotta stay focused and grinding.
Right.
Even with everything that's going on, man. You gotta stay motivated and stay encouraged.
Right. A shout out to my brother, Mr. Major. All Orlando natives, hold tight. You already know. One of the reasons I wanted to do this show was for everything you're talking about tonight. We need this for our city in a real way. We need some. If we're gonna be taxed, we need representation.
Shout out to my boy Rand. I'm shouting out everybody, man. I'm trying to shout out everybody. Tonight my birthday, man. I'm still in birthday mode. You know how it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We live on the social, man. I got to be for the old. You know what I'm saying? Richmond Heights, Pine Hills. I got to shout out my high school, Evans High, E High. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the EI crew. Shout out to my boy Eggy. You know what I'm saying? Eric Shields, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my peeps in Malibu, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling if y'all out here listening, I don't know, everybody probably sleep right now, you know what I'm saying? Get ready to go to work in the morning or do whatever they do, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't got time to be on the social media, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. How you feel about the social media, and this whole, as far as our rights and the Second Amendment and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You feel like they violating?
Of course. Yeah. Of course there's violations going on, but there's also liberations going on. Yeah. I say that from a place of they didn't want us to communicate. They didn't want us to speak to each other. Not because speaking to each other was wrong. It's the sharing of information
and figuring shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we are stronger as a unit. And social media, it's mostly used to like overwhelm you. Yeah. But there's always glitches in the matrix. Yeah, just like it was back in the days. Shout out to that new movie coming on, the Judas and something else. I forgot the name. If anybody knows the name of that movie about the Black Panthers that's coming out, and that story was real because the Black Panthers, for those that looked at what they were wearing and how they acted, like, the Black Fist, that was to throw everyone off. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you really knew who they were about you know, everything that was supposed to be about people, which is caring about your neighborhood, which is caring about your neighbor, which is loving your brother, you know, and defending them and willing to die for them. That's everything that's in the Bible. That if you're going to take anything away from the Bible, love your brother, treat him as you would, as you want to be treated, and love, period.
That's it. That's all
And,
you do.
That's all you have to do. Jesus said he's going to give his life. One of the greatest honors is to give your life for your friend.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to anybody that, you know, despite all of what's gone on in 2020 and even in the beginning of 2021, that is still keeping that positive energy and not living in fear.
Yeah.
There's nothing to fear.
Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to scare you. You know? They're trying to scare you, take you offset your aim. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be steadfast. You gotta be unmovable. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying?
And fear is the cock blocker of love.
Yeah.
You can't love when you scared.
Yeah.
Ain't shit to be scared about, man. We good.
Without you gotta be one with the God, the one, you know what I'm saying? The one and only Savior, you know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, you know.
Oh, man. Can't stop, won't stop.
All day, man.
You know, let me ask you one thing as we wrap this show up, because like I said, we got Avant coming on right after you.
Shout out to him, man. Love your music, man. I love the whole rollout with him with Magic Johnson discovered that cat, didn't he? Like he put him on. He was recording him. That was how he's a good artist, man. I always loved his stuff, man.
Great artist, man.
I gotta check that out. I'm gonna check that out when I'm back in the green room, man. We on a soul show.
And I want to end this show off with something, you know, because like I said, like me, you're a hip hop head. You love hip hop. So without further ado, one of my favorite segments of the show is Top 5 Dead or Alive. Let's go.
Top 5 Dead or Alive. Okay, here we go.
Top 5 Dead or Alive.
I knew that was coming, man. That's hard for me, man.
Top 5
Dead or Alive, man. That's hard.
MCs. Ray Swift. It's your birthday. Go.
That's hard for me. That's hard for me because I go back too far, man. I'm 50 years old, man.
Top 5, brother.
Top 5, I gotta say. My top 5. Dang.
It's a moving top 5, but it's your top 5. So what is that top 5? Let's go.
Man. I'm gonna have to go at number 5. I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So at number 5, I'm gonna have to put Fat Joe.
Shout out to Fat Joe. Let's go.
I'm gonna have to put Fat Joe, and then I'm gonna have to put at number 4. I'm gonna have to put Tupac.
Shout out to Oakland. Let's go, Tupac.
Then I'm gonna have to put. I gotta put Biggie at number 2. Where am I? I'm at. Where am I?
3. Brooklyn.
I'm at 3. Now I got 2 more to go.
2 more to go. Let's go.
Let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna go Nas.
Queensbridge. Let's go.
And then number 1 it's gotta be. It could go 2 ways, man. If I was had the top, you just gave me like a top 10, man. Cause I gotta go Rakim, man.
Man. Damn, you damn near mentioned all the boroughs. So
that's good. But then I got so many other ones, man, like Busta Rhymes.
Shout out to Busta.
Shoes, man. Yeah, Fabulous. As far as I got my homegrown top 5, you know what I'm saying, too. My peeps around me, like, you know, I got Unique Me, I got Rough, I got, you know what I'm saying, Five Deuce, you know, shoot, Redman, Method Man, K Solo, you know, hey, then a West Coast. I got a West Coast because everybody got their own vibe. My West Coast vibe is is off the chain. So it's like I got my West. I'm compartmentalized, man. I got
It's all good. I mean, we hit
then I got my Woo. Then I got my Woo chamber. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I got my. I'm all hip hop, man. Like I've absorbed it all, man. Everything. I got everything.
I only justify a top 5 dead or alive as if I had to leave with 5 records from a burning building.
Yeah.
What 5 records?
Man. I might die. I might have to get it all.
You going down with the stash, man? Come on.
Nah, I'm just teasing, man. Everything's so available now, man. I ain't worried about no records and pieces I can get. I can find anything I want if I got one of these things I'm looking at right now. So yeah.
Last question of the night. If you had one thing to say to Orlando, to the entire city right now, what would that be and why?
Oh man, I think I just said it earlier, man. Just, you know, we gotta stick together. You know, everybody gotta support each other. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, be there. You know, build with each other, and, you know, be strong and keep good energy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, help with one another, because it's like right now everything's so topsy-turvy, pit one side against the next. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be, you know, strong, man, and try to get it together for the good of those, you know what I'm saying? So we can make this on, you know, because it's a lot going on, man.
Well, I know I could speak for the city. I know I could speak for the city and all my peoples, you know, who ever came across your path. You know, we at the Soul Show, the Sound of Orlando, wish you a very happy
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm blessed, man. All praises to the Most High, man.
Man. And I'm so honored that you decided to spend your birthday.
Y'all could have been anywhere tonight, man. I'm right here, man. I'm on schedule. You know what I'm saying? I was on time when I got here. You know what I'm saying? We ready to, you know what I'm saying, keep moving, you know what I'm saying, and prospering and moving forward and doing big things, and, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, keeping things pushing, man, and staying out the way, you know what I'm saying.
Well, I want to say salute to you, brother.
I love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Salute.
Yeah, man. Salute. I ain't got nothing here to drink with me right now. You know what I'm saying? I did some of my partying, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to go and watch some flicks, you know what I'm saying, and chill for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm gonna come visit you, man.
Hey, man, you all good, brother. We love you, man. We love you.
Yeah.
Orlando,
love Orlando. I love Orlando, man. Shout out to everybody in the O. If there's anybody on here from SeaTac out here checking, shout out to my boy Tone Black. Shout out to my boy Sherlock. You know what I'm saying? Out there in Birmingham, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my peeps in Old Town, my family, my babies, my daughters. You know what I'm saying? Jessica and Jada, Curtis, you know, and I got my other kids out in Washington State, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, around, all my loved ones, all my beloveds, man. Everybody who shouted me, held me up on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the love, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? One love, man. Peace out, Rome, man.
Give it up one time for DJ Ray Swift. Joining the Soul Show tonight.
Soul Show, man. Big up Soul Show. Big up 98.5 Pine Hills, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up all the radio stations, all the DJs, DJ Caesar, all everybody in Orlando doing it big, man. You know what I'm saying? We love you. And also I gotta thank my wife, Millie, you know what I'm saying, for preparing a lovely meal for me, man. I had the curry chicken today with the rice, you know what I'm saying? Nice little make a dish, you know what I'm saying? I had my, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? 50's been lovely, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to celebrate this week, you know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to my uncle, shout out to all my cousins, my cousin Big Mike, you know what I'm saying? Love you, bro. My uncle AJ, you know what I'm saying? I see you, everybody held me up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Out there in Vegas, out there in California, out there in Seattle, all my people, you know what I'm saying? One love, man. Appreciate you, man. Blessings.
Appreciate you, brother. Give it up one time for DJ Ray Swift joining the Soul Show. We love you, brother.
Oh, yeah. My sister, too. Shout out to my sister.
Thank you, my brother.
Shout out to my sister, Big Nikki. You know what I'm saying? I just blessings, man.
Blessings, bro. Blessings on blessings.
Love, man. Love y'all, man.
Love you, man.
Peace out, man.
Thank you. Hey, man, you know what we doing around here, man? We're trying to give our city some love, man. So, without further ado right now, we are going to take a break, and we'll be right back with R&B legend Avant. Want to give shots out to Tom Sons. If you need fashion and you got to wear the mask, they should go together. Hit up that website right there, my brother George. He will hook you up, tomsons.com. Also, 5-Star Graphics. Need printing? Yo, hit this man up, man. He will bless you in a real way with real dope graphic work. So, like I said, we'll see you at the top of the hour with R&B legend Avant. All right? Thank you for joining the Soul Show tonight, and we'll see you in about a half an hour. Let's go.
Live on stage, that sound.
Orlando!
So, is they ready? Yes. That sound.